Hello, my business besties. Welcome back. Today's a really exciting episode because we're talking about the Holiday Party Playbook. For the last 2 years, this is the third time I'm doing it, I update something called the Holiday Party Playbook. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do when you do your holiday party. Because here's the truth, you're a new leader, everything's new. As the holidays were coming, I knew I had to do something, but I just would have loved somebody to tell me what to do. What budget should I have? Do I invite partners? Like all of the things. So sit back, relax, and let me teach you how to have the best holiday parties. And stick around to the end because I actually have all of this written down for you in the Holiday Party Playbook. If you have a virtual team, I'm also going to get to that, but I'm going to start with in-person first. Let's start with last year. So as you know, I sold my clinic, but I want to walk you through what I did last year because every year I learn more and more, and you're going to learn too, just more and more about what works, what doesn't work, what was really fun for you, what was a good culture fit. And that changes with age too. Like I've been doing quite a few holiday parties now as a leader in 2 different companies. So last year was so fun. We went to Cibo. If you're from Toronto, you might know that. It's one of my favorite Italian restaurants. Now, just a note about food. I find that you might have a picky eater on your team. There's a lot of different preferences, right? You can't go wrong if you are doing a restaurant picking Italian, I've noticed. Almost everybody likes Italian, especially the picky eaters, because it's just pretty, basic, if you will, in terms of like meat, pasta, and most people can pick one of those things. Now, before I tell you what I did, you might have listened to the last year's episode. Do you remember when I said I do not have a preference for restaurants only? Do you know why? Here's why. What I don't love about a restaurant, and that might be your go-to, is that everybody is seated at a table and you're kind of stuck where you are. Not stuck like sitting beside the people you are, but you can't really move. It'd be weird to like pick up your plate halfway through a few bites and walk around, right? And the downfall of that at a party is your team doesn't see you enough. I bet you they think that. I bet you they just want to see you more. And then twice a year, I actually think twice a year, you want to have a party. Today we're talking about the holiday party. I also suggest a summer party. But when they finally get to see you and let's say you have a bigger team and you're 6 people down and they see your face, but they don't really get to talk to you at all, it can kind of feel disappointing. However, there are pros and cons, and we're only doing a restaurant party this year. I'm going to describe why. Your first few parties, I suggest not being a restaurant, but as you become a tight team, you can pick a restaurant. So let me first share what we did last year for the McCants Method team. There's 15 of us. And then why I'm only picking a restaurant this year. So last year was really fun. We went to Cibo. We had a private room. It was gorgeous. Picture being in a wine cellar. It's all stone. There's like wine hanging in the wall or whatever you call it. Now the table was big. And what I loved is the food was exquisite. And we also did Secret Santa. I'm going to get to that in a second. And typically when you get a private room, by the way, I'm going to talk about on a budget soon. I just want to walk you through what I did last year. Okay. They typically do family style, which I really like. I'm a big fan of trying all different types of food. I like to kind of pick at many plates. And a lot of people are kind of like that. So you get a whole bunch of like amazing pasta, amazing appetizers, dishes. But here's what happened. So I had planned the restaurant, but I don't love restaurants because everyone's just stuck sitting where they are. So what I did, and my suggestion for you, and I've done many times before, is the party started, I think at 6:30, and then I had booked karaoke in our own private room in this big, like these big punch bowls and after drinks and all that stuff after. But what ended up happening is we really enjoyed the experience at the dinner. They were just bringing out the dessert and people wanted more wine. Like the wine was amazing, but I had overbooked us. It felt like I had overbooked us. We had all this food that was uneaten. We had this dessert now that had just come out, and we had to leave to go to the next thing, which was karaoke. And funny enough, that kind of happened the year before. If you remember, the year before, we did a party bus to this big restaurant, but they also had like karaoke and games. And the party bus came and people just weren't ready to leave. But it's interesting, right? Like, what would you rather? I hated leaving the table being like, oh my God, we wasted all this money on food. It's just sitting here. We have to leave now because we can't be late for the next thing. Or maybe it's worse to be at a party where it draws on too long. So part of this, you're just going to learn what's the vibe and what feels good. And every year we learn. So this year, I said to the team, hey guys, what do you want to do? I love Chibo. We're actually going back to the exact same restaurant. I almost feel like we didn't suck all the juice out of that party. So we're going to go back, and I'm going to talk about how to be successful at a restaurant and have it flow and not have it feel like you're just talking to two people all night, because you're a big part of the party and we need to move you around and move them around to connect and mingle and build relationships. So we decided we're doing nothing else. We're going to stay. We're going to enjoy the dessert. We're going to have cappuccinos. Maybe we're going to have another glass of wine because we love each other. We're a very small team and we're very tight. And this is why when you know your team well and you're all very close, I feel like you can 100% just do a restaurant. In the past, I had always said book something else where you can like mingle more. But here's what I suggest, and we're going to try this year. When you book the restaurant, if you end up going that way, I suggest putting a timer on. I'm literally going to do this, where it goes off every hour. And yes, we move chairs. I'm going to do it probably where it goes off the first hour. And I say, hey guys, go sit with somebody that you're dying to talk to. You haven't seen in a while, just go find them. And then after that, an hour later, I'm going to say, go sit with someone that you never really get to talk to and go find them. I just feel this movement is going to be really important to build that deeper connection. What you're doing, because here's the thing, isn't a party social dynamics. Naturally, the outgoing people hang out with the outgoing people. There could be not cliques. I mean, there could be cliques, but I don't think you'll really find that. There's just friendships. So people will naturally always sit with, you got it, the same people. And we want to shake that up a little bit. Of course, let them enjoy their friends. And then this whole thing about team, if a team feels connected, it's going to be the strongest team. So you're going to push people a little bit outside of their comfort zone to make deeper connections with the other people that are amazing, but maybe they just haven't had a moment to get to know them. Now, one thing we did last year that I absolutely loved, I didn't think I would love this. Now, Haley on my team approached us at a team meeting. This is amazing when your team brings ideas. And she had said, let's do Secret Santa. I had pondered this for my group practice before. I didn't love the idea, honestly, because I have 2 kids. I celebrate Christmas. It's a lot. I don't need another present to buy for someone. There's just like so much. But she had brought it to the table and I was open to the idea and we did it. There's a website called Elfster. I'm going to put it in the show notes because I think you're going to love this idea. So here's how it works. She randomly took all of our names. She ran with this idea. She threw it in the website. The website automatically emails who your person is, which was amazing. There's even an option on the website where they can pick their favorite gift. Now, we had a max spend, I think it was $20, $25, something like that. So you can pick a max spend. And then you can add a little wish list right in Elfster to make it really easy for them. What I noticed with our team is no one really did that. So we just kind of let people like surprise us. It's just the vibe of the team. Oh my gosh, guys, it was so much fun. Here's what you do. You get the gift. You bring it with you to the party, but you have to put it in a grocery bag because you don't want anybody to see it. Because if they see it, they're going to know that it was you that brought it. Okay. So you can wrap it, but hide it in a bag. When you arrive, everybody's going to give their grocery bag to a Haley. Find a Haley on your team. She's going to be the one. She takes all of them. She doesn't pay attention to who gave her what bag. She puts them in a pile and you write the person's name. Okay. So all you do in pen is write the person's name. Then everybody gets the gift with their name on it. Here's the cool part. It was super fun. They open the gift. And then the fun part is they have to guess who gave it to them. How freaking cool is that? So that was really fun. It took the dynamic of sitting in one place during a restaurant, but really made it so collaborative. Like we were all chatting and laughing. It was really, really good because everybody loves opening up a present. Other people love watching people open up presents. The fun part about the game where it's like, ooh, who was this? And you know what was hilarious? We were really accurate, which was cool. I don't think that means anything about your team if they're not accurate, but most people were able to guess when they opened their gift who bought them that gift, who was their Secret Santa. But the most surprising thing of all, and why I will always do Secret Santa until the day I die, is the thoughtfulness that went into and the creativity into every single gift. It was unreal. So my gift was from Cass. Cass is my executive assistant, my podcast coordinator, and the extraordinaire of all things. Love you, Cass. I know she's listening right now because she does all the podcast stuff. When I opened the gift, she paid attention to all the things. It was a beautiful mug, but here's the best part. It said on it, in my favorite color, which is teal, it said two things that I still drink from this mug. And every day it makes me so happy. First, it said best boss ever. I know. I really try to be a good boss. And just by seeing that and drinking from the mug, I'm manifesting it every day. And then the other side said manifesting queen, which I am. But I really now own that title. And she came up with that for me. So every day I'm so powerful drinking from this. But even better, she got me this amazing peppermint hot chocolate. I'm obsessed. She knows I love to drink warm drinks. She knows I love chocolate. I don't even know if she knew that I'm obsessed with anything. Who doesn't like peppermint chocolate, right? My favorite drink from Starbucks during Christmas. And also these marshmallows. It was just so thoughtful, especially the words on the mug and my favorite color. I think you should do Secret Santa. It's free. It is so fun. It is team building. Jot that down. Click the link. Elfster will do all the work. And I would just have your admin do what Haley was doing, just some of the coordinating, which is very minimal. Let's talk budget. I think you want to plan to spend $100 a person. Now you might be thinking, Nicole, I don't have $100. So I'm going to give you cheaper options, but just know and jot that down for the future. Here's why. Depends where you live, but I'm in Toronto. Let's say you go really anywhere, you're going to have a meal, right? And so if you incorporate appetizer, actual meal, and one or two drinks plus tip plus taxes all in, you want to have a budget of about $100 per person. If you have 5 people on your team, then you want to spend about $500. Jot this down. Make sure to ask, or actually I'll put it on the holiday playbook for you. Make sure to ask about allergies, sensitivities. Do you eat pork? Do you eat fish? Because again, it's just not going to feel great if they feel left out, if they show up and can't eat much at all. You can even go above and beyond here. You don't have to, but you could ask for their drink preferences. I'm going to tie this into the house party in a second, which is the cheapest option. Also, don't feel the pressure of this. This is going to be fun and easy and celebratory. Ask them what they want. Poll. I suggest that you use Google Chat. Are you using that yet? Google Chat. It's part of the Google Workspace. It's absolutely free. You want all instant messages to go in one place. Have it all go there. You can do a poll and give them 3 options and then let them pick. I did a poll, and I do every year, and I say, hey, do you want your partners to come? We did this at the group practice. The thing is, though, just for you to keep in mind, it's going to double the cost. So it's not something I suggest until you have lots of cash flow and a bigger clinic. But I was surprised every single year. Guess what my team said? No, I don't want to bring my partner. I just want to show up. And you're going to find that because they want to get to know each other first before bringing their significant other. And there's dynamics there, right? Around bringing your partner. If they're shy, then you just feel different. You can't just show up and your only priority is you. When I had no money, my very first thing I did for a holiday party, I think about 4. No, I probably had about 6. If you have no money at all, make it a potluck. People want to give back. You're doing so much for them. If you have a little bit of money, and what I did is I catered in some food. You can even do pizza. If you're like, I only catering and food, Nicole, I've got like $40, then just do pizza and make sure you find out what people like. I catered in food. I also had a manicurist, like a nail technician come. It was all women at the time to do our nails, which was really fun. But I made a big mistake. Do you want to hear it? I don't know what I was thinking. It's kind of embarrassing. I drank wine. I don't know why. I didn't think about buying any other drinks. So I had red wine and white wine, and that's it. Guess what? Almost everybody on my team is in their early 20s. I was not. I was close to, late 30s at that time. And none of them drank because I was like, oh, would you like a glass of red? And they're like, oh, it kind of makes me sleepy. Like, what else do you have? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I don't have anything else. So I would have coolers. Again, think about budget. So you want to just be creative here. If you don't have much, have mimosas. Orange juice is way cheaper and it's going to be half the drink. A fun little thing you can do for music is a playlist. So you can create, I don't know if you use Spotify. If you do, there's a free version. Check if you can create a playlist. I have the paid version. Here's what I did. I believe that ambiance is everything. Make sure you have music, of course. And what I did, we did this last year, share the link with your team. Let them pick the songs. Everyone's going to pick 2 or 3 songs, and then it's going to be a complete vibe because everyone's collaborating with the vibe. Then I had cash flow. Let's fast forward. I now have a clinic that's 7,000 square feet, 24 rooms. I have lots of cash flow and I need to celebrate these people. So picture this. When you walk in, we had a massive waiting room. It was meant to be a dance floor. It was that big. And actually people would say that. So guess what I did? I hired a DJ. He was behind my front desk. You know those like big, gorgeous front desks? That was the DJ booth. To the left, when you walk in, was the martini bar. Oh yeah. We turned the lights right off and we had backlighting. So you walk in, it did not look like a clinic. Obviously, we did this on a Saturday. There was a martini bar. We had cornhole. Do you know cornhole? It's a game. It's like beanbag toss, basically. Because we had such a massive office, it's kind of like when you walked in the waiting room, you were greeted by the dance floor. I had tall bar tables everywhere so people could stand. And there was waiters walking around with appetizers. And then there's a hallway to go left and right, kind of like a big upside down U in some ways. And so we had cornhole down the one hall. I had the management room was converted and we put all the food there. And it was gorgeous, like never ending exquisite food. Down the other hall, we actually had a photo booth with fun little Santa hats and mustaches that you could put on. It was dressed to impress. So I had a photographer and my team knew dressed to impress. So they showed up, they got professional photos done at the photo booth, and it was bring partners. So what ended up naturally happening is they would go to the photo booth with their partner and get a gorgeous professional photo, which I sent them after the party and they really appreciated. Go wild, my friend. Once the abundance comes, give it back. The more generous you are, the more that will come to you. It was a party I will never forget. We didn't have all of the rooms open. That would be a lot. So everything was dim lighting. We turned off the fluorescent lights because some are fluorescent. And the bigger rooms we had open with like chip bowls and music, and people could like sit on the couches and hang out. And it was really nice because the partners appreciated seeing their partner's office. They've never really been to the clinic. They wanted to meet me. They got to meet everybody. They got to like actually go and see the therapy office where they did all of their work. I want you to check in with yourself, because is this your vibe? This is very much my vibe. I love dancing. I love music. I love a good time. I'm a bit of a wild child. I go to bed early every night, but inside I'm actually a wild child. And so I was dancing. Like the night was late. We stayed until the DJ left. Like we were having shots at the bar. I know, don't judge me, but we were doing that. Like all the directors, because it's kind of like this. We are so regulated. You're working so hard. And some days I would feel like I was a beach ball, holding a beach ball underwater, where you're trying to do it all right, you're trying to do it all perfect, but as a result, sometimes you just want to let your hands go, let the beach ball fly up and have a shot and go wild in your waiting room, because actually it's a dance floor. Some other ideas, what about bowling? There's really fun places where it's like bowling, but you can eat and have some drinks there. There's axe throwing, get out all your aggression. I mean, gosh, don't we hold on to so much for clients? I mentioned karaoke. There's an escape room if that's your vibe. Even something more chill like cookie decorating, wine tasting. There's cocktail mixology places depending on where you live. If you're in a city, they definitely have places you can go. They'll teach you how to make festive cocktail drinks. There's board games, gingerbread house contests. Now let's get into the virtual teams. You have to do the Secret Santa. So a couple things. I'm in Toronto and all my team, I have two people on the opposite side of the country in British Columbia, and I have one person about 5 hours away. So we are all virtual. What I do is I give them 4 months notice to get here. And a lot of them, actually all of them, have family that live close, maybe about an hour away. So first I want you to think, is it possible for them to come? Do they have a friend? Do they have an aunt that they could come just once a year? That's all, once, twice a year. Also for the summer party, they can come and they can attend live. If they can, that's just way easier. Especially if you're doing Secret Santa, they can like bring the present with them. If you're not, yes, you can do this on Zoom. Yes, you can do Secret Santa on Zoom. It's going to be a little bit more complicated, of course, with shipping and stuff like that. They could buy something on Amazon and ship it. I think you can be creative here. Then there's online games. Now, did you attend a Christmas party during COVID, a virtual one? My husband used to be a realtor. And during that time, the brokerage he worked at was doing an online party. And honestly, I was kind of like underwhelmed. But anyway, don't tell him. And so what we did, we had our kids set up with iPads downstairs. We took Dan's laptop, we went in the basement, and it was Jeopardy. Now, at first, I was trying to pretend, like I was excited, but really I was kind of like, oh God, this is going to be pretty lame. Guess what? It wasn't. Oh my, it's the energy that you bring. It was couples, which was really fun. And I'm a bit competitive, but I suck at Jeopardy. It was just really funny. Some of the answers people were saying that were completely wrong. It was amazing because the vibe that the leader brought, Patrick, the brokerage owner, brought a certain vibe, and all of that trickled down from him. If you don't want them sitting at their laptop, you could do a baking party. Everyone bakes you give everyone the same recipe for cookies and they all make it. And then you sit down and have some hot chocolate with it, and maybe doing some storytelling, sharing some of your holiday traditions. How beautiful is that? You could also have a virtual happy hour where everybody, again, does the exact same thing. They have a recipe, but it's for a certain festive martini. There's even virtual escape rooms. So if you are virtual, really try your very best. I'm sure they know somebody that they want to visit just for a night where they can stay there and attend live. If not, you now have ideas that you can do it on Zoom, and it can be just as fun, especially if you bring good vibes. Do you want the 2025 Holiday Party Playbook. Here's how you get it. Are we hanging out on Instagram yet? Yes? Perfect. Go to nicole.mccantsmethod. DM me just 2 words. Holiday Playbook. Holiday Playbook. Drop those words. You'll instantly get it. It's all written down because I know this is like so much info. I want you to print it, ponder. But here's the biggest thing. Plan ahead. By the time this episode comes out, we're a couple months early. That's on purpose. I release this early for you because let me tell you, I book my favorite restaurant for everyone, the Italian one I was saying. I mean, I'm a little bit much, but I literally book it in August because I want to get it. All the good ones typically go first. So grab it now and put a reminder next year, the end of October, early November, you're planning this way ahead. I want to leave you with this. You deserve to celebrate. Have so much fun. I know you'll show up open-hearted. It's just going to be a night full of memories and laughing and fun. I'm reminding you to have fun because I know that this journey of building a big business is hard, right? It can be really hard work. You're building this house and the bricks are heavy. So the reminder is, my God, if we're not having fun in the process, then what's the point? Party hard, my friend. You so deserve it.